Hi Guy, I'm Laurie from AI Elephant.
Hi guys, I'm Leo.
Welcome back everyone! Today, we're diving into one of the most overlooked yet fundamental questions in the age of AI programming. How do we build software that lasts? This is not just a conversation about technology, but about engineering mindset and the philosophy of continuous learning.
And this time, it's between two legends, right?
Exactly. One is Chris Lattner, creator of LLVM, Swift, and Mojo. The other is Jeremy Howard, co-founder of Fast.ai and Answer.ai. They've both witnessed 3 revolutions in programming, compilers, languages, and now AI-assisted coding. But both share the same warning. If developers stop understanding their code, the future of software won't be sustainable. Chris has always believed that true engineering excellence is not about how powerful something is. It's about how long it can evolve. During his university holidays, he built LLVM low-level virtual machine. What started as a student experiment later became the backbone of modern software infrastructure.
So he didn't even expect it to turn into what it is now, like the Linux of compilers.
Exactly, he said. I wasn't fixing a problem. I was asking why things work the way they do. LLVM taught him that software's essence lies in abstraction and evolution. A decade later, he built MLIR, multi-level intermediate representation, reshaping the intermediate layer for the AI era. Today's computing world is heterogeneous. CPUs, GPUs, TPUs, accelerators. And without solid architecture, the whole AI stack collapses.
That's like architecture. Structure determines lifespan.
Exactly. Chris treats compilers as the foundation of computational civilization. His goal was never speed, it was longevity. He reminds us that software isn't just a tool, it's a living system that must survive time. Chris warns that we're entering the age of vibe coding, where developers code by intuition instead of understanding. AI tools have made coding so effortless that many stop asking why the system works.
But isn't that a good thing? I mean, if AI helps us code faster, isn't that progress?
It looks like progress, but it's actually intellectual decay, Chris says. Lines of code are not assets, they're liabilities. Writing 10,000 lines of fragile logic doesn't make you productive. It makes you dangerous. True productivity is the ability to write code that can still evolve a year from now.
That explains why so many teams fear touching their own code after 6 months.
Exactly. That's the curse of short-term wins. AI should not replace thought. It should serve as a senior co-pilot that helps us design more elegant, long-lasting systems. Chris once led Tesla's autopilot software team. At the time, everyone believed that just a little more data and compute would deliver full self-driving cars. That optimism turned out to be collective delusion.
So it's like today's AGI, artificial general intelligence hype all over again.
Exactly, Jeremy Howard said. Large models are just pattern predictors. They compress knowledge but don't truly understand it. Chris calls this the illusion of scale, mistaking computational growth for genuine intelligence.
So we're building faster cars, but forgetting to ask where we're driving to.
Exactly. The future of AI doesn't depend on how smart it gets, but on whether humans keep thinking. Chris admits he uses AI coding tools daily, but mainly to learn new code bases, not to outsource thinking. AI boosts efficiency, but it also tempts people to stop understanding.
So what about using AI to generate unit tests? Isn't that safe?
It feels safe, but it's not. AI often writes tests that check implementation details, not design principles. That means when the architecture evolves, all tests break. Chris calls this the debt of false safety.
Like having a bunch of KPIs that make you feel productive, but don't measure real progress.
Exactly. Productivity is not about how many lines of code you write, but how much better the product becomes. Chris advises young engineers, when everyone is drifting downstream, learn to swim upstream. By that, he means the courage to think deeply when the crowd moves fast. He calls it mastery, the ability to understand systems deeper than 95% of others.
So real differentiation in the AI era isn't about speed. It's about depth.
Exactly. Jeremy adds, the engineering world will soon split into two groups, those led by AI and those who use AI to learn faster. The latter are what he calls super learners. Chris says, software should be a system that gets better over time, not one that decays. A healthy system evolves, it doesn't degrade.
So how does he make that evolution happen?
The key is the tight iteration loop. The faster a developer can move from edit to compile to run to debug, the faster they can learn. He believes the ideal iteration cycle should be under 30 seconds. Fast feedback means fast learning.
That's like a musician practicing. Each repetition refines intuition.
Exactly. For Chris, software craftsmanship isn't about code. It's about designing a rhythm of learning. When the system and the developer evolve together, that's civilization in code.
This conversation reveals one timeless truth. AI isn't rewriting programming. It's testing whether we're still learning. Chris Lattner proved the power of architecture with LLVM, MLIR, and Mojo. Jeremy Howard proved the power of learning through Fast.ai.
So building software that lasts really means building a culture that never stops learning.
Exactly, to make better code and better humans. That's the true meaning of engineering. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.